What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is MP with MP Talk Sports, and today the New England Patriots play the Carolina Panthers at home. We both have a 1-2 record. New England's coming off of a terrible loss against Pittsburgh. The Carolina Panthers are coming off an amazing win versus Atlanta, where they put up 30 points and Atlanta didn't even score at all. So, in the beginning of the season, right, when you look at the schedule and you see this game, you see New England versus Carolina, and you think, this should be a win. But I think week after week now, I've said versus the Raiders, I said this should be a win. And we lost. We beat Miami. Last week versus Pittsburgh, I said this should be a win. If we do this, this, and this should be a win. But again, this week, I'm not so sure. We should have won that game last week versus Pittsburgh, but then we decided to turn the ball over 5 times. So, week after week, you don't know what you're getting from this team. You don't know what you're getting from New England, what type of play they're going to have, what type of game they're going to have. If they're going to make terrible mistakes, are they going to make smart plays? There's no consistency there just yet, week after week. So you don't know what you're getting. So we don't know what we're getting today. We don't know what type of New England Patriots team we're getting today. If they looked good last week, then yeah, I would be saying this should be a win. But they looked terrible last week. So on paper, we are the better team. Offensively, we rank better in everything besides points per game. Defensively, Carolina does do well with defending the pass. They allow less passing yards and they allow less points per game. The problem that we have is ball security. It was a problem last year. It was a big problem last week, and you got to address that. But I figured that they weren't going to be sitting Stevenson this week, and Vrabel confirmed that, saying our best players need to play. And he followed that up with Drake also had an interception and a fumble last week, and we are not starting Josh, which makes sense. Again, I figured they were gonna play Stevenson because if you just he was already hard on himself with all those fumbles, and if you just sit him out this game, that's going to destroy his confidence, and he can still make big plays for us. I will say it again though. I want Travion Henderson out there more. I want him to be able to show us what he can do in this position because I do think that he can be a big playmaker for us. Um, so in order to win this game though, you have to protect the ball. You got to protect Drake May and not let the pressure get to him because that is when he starts making mistakes. He starts making impulsive decisions, and we don't need that. But Bryce Young is the same way. He cannot handle the pressure, so we have got to put the pressure on Bryce Young because that will force him to make the mistakes that we want him to make. Um, so we just got to play smart football this week. Usually, when one thing goes wrong with us, that's when everything goes downhill. It's just a snowball effect for us. We do one thing that's wrong, we do one huge thing, mainly one huge thing that's wrong, and then everything else just goes downhill, and it's a huge snowball effect for us. So the biggest thing we need to do this week is to not make that first mistake, because after that first mistake, it's all downhill. So as long as we play smart football, protect the ball, protect Drake May, we should be able to competitively compete in this game. So, if you like my videos, please like and subscribe. I'm MP, and this is MP Talk Sports.